Good evening, all of you. Yesterday we discussed about how the operations on data will be performed. So let me continue yesterday's discussion with some more examples, and as well as we'll see some programs also. Operations. Okay, so basically these operations we can call it as CRUID operations. Okay, I'll explain what we mean by these CRUID operations. CRUID operations are nothing but C means create, C means create, R means read, and U means update, I means insert, and D means delete. So these all are very important operations we can perform on any data. Okay. So yesterday already we discussed about what do you mean by create. Create is nothing but how we are going to create a table. So yesterday I given some syntax and as well as the structure of the table, how it is going to look like. We are talking about some student example. So how the table can be created. Already yesterday I given the syntax. Okay. So create is nothing but creating some table. And what do you mean by read? Read is nothing data or reading the information from the table. You are going to check your result. Okay, you are going to check your result. So that is nothing but you are going to enter your hall ticket number and you click on submit button. When you enter your hall ticket number and click on submit button, you are going to get your result. So actually this is simple example of read operation. Are you able to modify your result? Are you able to modify your result? You are giving your hall ticket number and you are clicking on submit button and you'll see your result. Are you able to modify? Yes or no? Please respond. No. Okay. So that is an example of read operation. Read is nothing but simply we can view the data. Okay. We are unable to do any modifications. Okay. So for example, one more example I'll give. You want to check your mini statement, your bank account statement, Okay. So you will get the statement or you will get the mini statement. So are you able to modify that statement? For example, you want to see how many transactions are happened in the last month in your bank account. If you want to see how many transactions are happened in the last month, let's say March 1st to March 31st, how many transactions are happened, how many deposits are done, how many withdrawals are done. Okay, you want to see this. So you ask your bank manager, okay, he will give the bank statement. Are you able to modify it? Do you have any right to modify that? Okay, we don't have right. That is nothing but an example of reading the data. How we are reading it? Yesterday already I told you, whatever the information you are giving from the front end. Let's say, okay, we'll take the same common example, whatever we are discussing. Okay, same example I'll explain so that it is simple. We are talking about this example. So for example, the student example we are talking about. So whenever you are reading some data means what is the meaning of it? You are reading your result or you are reading your bank statement. So how we are going to read it or how we are going to retrieve it when it is possible? reading or retrieving, when it is possible, when it is possible, you are able to retrieve your bank statement, you are able to retrieve your marks, or you are able to retrieve your result when it is possible. Whenever it is created or updated, we are able to see that. Okay, my question is, when it is possible, you are getting your result by giving hall ticket number and clicking on submit button, you are getting your result. And similarly, you are getting your bank statement. If you observe these two examples, so these two examples are nothing but actually reading the data or retrieving the data. Reading the data or retrieving the data. But when this retrieving is possible, when this retrieve is possible in general, in backend they give read command to read. Okay, so that is okay. But in general, my question is, when it is possible, don't think in depth. Actually, it's very simple question. I'll give one more example so that you try to find out the answer. For example, you are keeping some whenever they permitted when creating. Okay, but yeah, I'll give this example so that you can understand better. Okay, you are keeping your lunch box in your bag. You are keeping your lunch box in your bag. Daily you are keeping your lunch bags. Whenever you are going to college, your mom is going to keep your lunch box in the bag. Okay, and afternoon you are going to open your bag and you'll you will find the lunch box and you'll complete your lunch. So now tell me, when it is possible, okay, you are doing your lunch daily. Okay, when it is possible, if the lunch box is available in your bag, then only you are going to find it. You are going to retrieve it. Here actually, yes, when it is present. So that is what the answer. When it is present, only the retrieving is possible. When it is not present, the retrieving is not possible. Simple example. Okay, you enter some invalid hall ticket number and you try to find out the result. Do we get the result? Do we get the result? For example, one student is absent. One student is absent for the examination. Okay, he is not attend the semester exams. Okay, his result is, for example, uh, he didn't came to the college for the entire semester, but he is trying to find his result. Okay, then it is nothing but we'll get some different result, invalid hall ticket number. We'll get something, right? Why we are getting invalid hall ticket number, or why we are not getting any result? Because the data is not stored. The data is not there. The data is present. If the data is there, then only we are able to retrieve, right? If the lunch box is available in your bag, then only you can take the lunch box from your bag. So here lunch box is nothing but the data. The bag is nothing but the table. In the table, if the data is present, then only you are able to read it. For example, you don't have any bank account in SBI Bank. Let's say you don't have any bank account in SBI Bank. Then you go to the manager and you are asking, okay, please give my bank statement. Is it possible? Can I give any bank statement? Actually, you don't have any account. If you don't have any account, you don't have any data in that bank. So you are unable to find, right? So if when the data reading is possible, or when the retrieving of the data is possible, if the data is already present in some place, if the data is already there in some table, then only we are able to retrieve it. Okay, so that is what sometimes we are going to find some errors even in websites also. You'll get 5 not 4 not found. Okay, 4 not 1 unauthorized. We'll get this type of errors, right? So for example, you are going to open some website. So when I am going to get some error, for example, I want to write something. Okay, so what I'm getting here? I'm getting an error, right? This site cannot be reached. Why it is cannot be reached? Why it is cannot be reached? Because there is no website with this. There is no data with this address. So the data is not there with this address. So that's why I'm going to get an error. Okay, this is nothing but the data is unavailable, or the data is not found with this address, whatever I entered here. Understood? So same thing is happening in the database also. Okay. So when read is possible, read is nothing but simply in database terminology. And database terminology, read is nothing but reading or retrieving. Retrieving is nothing but applying select command. Select command. Okay. And what is the select command? Let me write the syntax of select command. Syntax: select column name, column 1, column 2, and so on from table name. From table name, where you can write condition. Okay, so this is a syntax of select. For example, in this example, in this table, in this example, so I want to select only the name of a student. Only the name of a student I want to select. Then what I'll write? I want to select only the name of a student. Then I can write select name from student. Okay, the table name is users. Select name. Name is column name. Okay, select name from table name is users. Okay, so then what might be the output of this line? Select a name from users. What might be the output of this? What might be the output of this line? If I return select a star from student, what is the output? Select a star from student. What is the output? What is the meaning of select a star from some table name? I think maybe you studied DBMS in your okay, one of the semesters. Okay, all columns. Yes, print all the columns with the records. Okay. So now, yeah, what is the meaning of this query? Select a name from users. Users is table name, and name is a column name. So what is the output of this? Select a name from users. What it is going to print the name column with all records. Yes. So it is going to print all the student names from the table users. So here above the above query will return or retrieves. The above query will returns or retrieves all the names from users table. Okay. If we want to display or if we want to retrieve, if we want to retrieve the entire, we want to retrieve the entire data from table, then we can write select star from table name. This is the syntax for retrieving the entire data from a table name. For example, if I return select a star from student, or if I return something like in this example here, if I return select a star from sem1, select a star from sem1, then what is the meaning of that? Select a star from sem1 means I'm going to get, or I'm going to retrieve the enter data from the table SEM1. So enter the data from the table SEM1 will be retrieved, right? So this is what we can call it as reading the data or retrieving the data from a table. Okay, so all these operations are known as CRUID operations. Okay, C means create, R means read or retrieve, U means update. Yesterday already I told you update. What do you mean by update? Update is nothing but modifying a value to new value, modifying the information which is available in table to new value. Let's say modifying marks. For example, you got some 20 marks in a subject. Okay. Then by mistake, okay, the marks are not 20, 30. So then I need to update the marks in my database or in my table. That is nothing but simple update operation. Update is nothing but simply modifying. You already did this update in so many places. Like you want to update your profile picture in WhatsApp, or you want to update your profile picture in your Facebook and in other social networking websites. This update is nothing but what? Already you have some profile picture. Okay, recently you have some good photo with you, then you are going to change the old photo with this new photo. That is nothing but what we can call it as update. We are updating the old value with the new value. It may be any value. It may be some picture, or it may be some other anything. It is not only need not be it is not only some marks, or it not only be some mobile number or some okay address. It may be even picture also. This is nothing but update. Okay, next, update is nothing but simply modifying the old value with the new value. Syntax is update table name set column is equals to new value where condition. Need to mention the condition. Already yesterday I given this syntax, but maybe I'll give one more example so that you can understand. Okay, so here I want to update some column value with the new. Okay, I want to update some old value with the new value for a particular column. Let's say okay, I want to update the mobile number of a student. The mobile number of a student. So update table name is student. Update student set mobile number is equals to new mobile number where hall ticket number equals to some 501. So I'll write the simple example and I'll give the explanation. So here update student set mobile is equals to 1 2. I'll give some mobile number here where all ticket number is equals to 100. So here in this example, what it is going to do? Above example, the mobile number of student whose hall ticket number is 100 will be changed to this mobile number. Okay, maybe you may have some other mobile number previously. Now it is updated to this mobile number. Just we are trying to change this, right? So that is about update. Next, insert. Insert is nothing but adding new data. Adding new data into table. Into table. So for example, you created an empty table. You created an empty table. Okay. So empty table is created, but there is no data in that. So then what you need to do? You need to insert some data. For example, I created a table. Okay. In the table, I need to store all the student marks. I created a table. The table is having like a student hall ticket number, name of the student, and marks. Hall ticket number, name of the student, and marks. But right now I don't have any data. Right now I don't have any data. Now I need to insert or I need to add the data into that table. This is what we can call it as insert. Insert is nothing but simply adding some data into the table. Simple example, initially, uh, if you purchase any mobile, if you purchase new mobile, okay, let us say you don't have any contacts. Let us say you don't have any contacts in your mobile as it is new mobile. Okay, so then you can add more and more contacts, or you can insert more and more contacts. Inserting simply adding new record or adding new information, adding new record in some table. Here the table name is, we can say, contact numbers. Table name is contact numbers, and you are adding the different records into that contact numbers. That is what insert. Okay. Or if you created any bank account, you created a bank account, you created a new bank account today only. You created a new bank account today only. Okay. So initially, when the bank account is created, you don't have any balance. Okay. It is created today. You don't have any transactions. In that, you don't have any transactions. Then later, if you, for example, you are sending some 500 rupees to your friend from your bank account, you are sending some 500 rupees to your friend. Then that is nothing but the record will be inserted in your bank account. The record will be inserted, or your friend is sending some 1,000 rupees to you, so that will be inserted. This is nothing but adding new records or adding some data into the newly created table is nothing but insertion. Okay. And what is the syntax? Syntax is insert into table name, insert into table name values. Okay, so you can give value 1, value 2, and so on. Example, insert into student values 100 and ABC and 30. So here I'll mention what is a table also. Here I can write this table. What is a table? For creating table. The syntax also here I mention. Syntax for creating table. Syntax is create table name. Column 1, data type 1, comma, column 2, data type 2, and so on. So this is a syntax for creating a table. Example, create table student. Now, what are the columns I need to create? I'll create a hall ticket number is one column. The data type is integer. Next, or you can write number also. It's a number. And next, name is a second column, and the data type is varchar. Varchar means string. Varchar, and size I can take maximum 30 size. Next, marks. Marks is a number. So now this is a syntax for creating a table. So you can see here, create table name, column name 1, its data type, column name 2, its data type, and so on. Example, create table. Table name is student, and first column I need hall ticket number. Okay, the data type is number, and the name, the data type is string, and the marks, the data type is number. So once I execute this query, then what I'm going to get here, I'm going to get the table with, I'm going to get a table like this. So this table will be created like this. So an empty table will be created with the name student. Empty table will be created with the name student. Okay. So here I given the name student. So this table, let me give in short small letters. So this table will be created. Student table will be created. When I execute that create command, the table will be created. And what are the columns I given here? I given this column is hall ticket number, and second column is name, the third column is marks. And these are the columns in this table. Okay, hall ticket number, marks, and student. So when this will be created? When this will be created after executing this query. Let me write this query also so that you can understand how it will be executed. Okay, so if I execute this query, then this table will be created. An empty table will be created after executing this query. An empty table will be created. So this will create an empty table. Okay, so this is going to create an empty table here. Okay, so this will create an empty table. Okay, so now creating table is over. Creating table is over. The table is created, but there is no data inside, right? There is no data inside. So because there is no data inside, now what we need to do? We need to insert some data in that. So that is how we are going to insert some data. We can insert some data using this syntax: insert into table name values. So this is the example. So now I want to insert some data because the table is empty now. So that's why what I'm going to do, I want to execute this insert. So if I return this query, if I execute this query, then what it is going to do, it's going to create a record in this table. So what is the record? So hall ticket number is 100 and name is ABC. The marks are 30. So this will be inserted. When this will be inserted? After executing this insert. After executing this insert, this will be, this is going to be appended. Okay, so now we created an empty table and we inserted a record, right? So this is what inserting the data. Okay, so now after writing this query, this data will be inserted, right? So now we created a table and we inserted a record also. Like this, if you want to insert few more records, you can insert few more records. For example, I want to insert some more records here. I want to insert few more records. Insert into student values 200 DEF and 40. This is the second record I want to insert. Okay, so I want to insert the second record. So after writing this insert command, then we'll get one more record will be inserted in our table. So here, so after writing this line, this record will be inserted. So here 200, 200 and DEF and 40. So now we created a table and we inserted two records, right? So this is what insertion. Okay, any doubt so far? Because you must understand each and every uh, line, what it is doing. Because understanding something in the front end is different, understanding something in the database is different. Because database terminology itself is little bit different. So that's why we need to know after writing each and every command, okay, what is happening in your backend, whether it is creating any column, whether it is creating any row, whether it is creating any table. Okay, so every statement is important. Okay, so now we created a table and we inserted two records also. Now what do you mean by update? Okay, update is nothing but, already I mentioned here, update is nothing but updating table name. Okay, updating some old value with new value. So here update student said, instead of mobile number, I want to change the marks. I want to change the marks. So what are the marks are there here in this table? 30 is there. So I can change this 30 to 35. All ticket number is equal to 100. So in the above example, we need to change the marks. I want to change the marks. Marks of a student whose all ticket number is 100 will be changed to 35. So previously, what are the marks here? What are the marks here? The marks, if you see here in this table, what are the marks of student hall ticket number 130, right? So this first record, if you see here this first record, marks of the student hall ticket number 100 in this table, this is the student record. If you see here, the marks are 30. Now I want to modify this marks 30 to 35. So if I want to modify, then I need to write the update, right? So now I'll write update query here. So what is update query? Update query is update student set marks is equals to. So now I'll write this update query here so that marks will be modified to 35 for the hall ticket number 100. So this is a query I need to write. Once I written this query on student table, once I written this query on student table, what it is going to do? This is very important. What it is going to do? It is going to change. It's going to change. Will change the marks 30 to. It will change the marks 30 to 35. So now I'll write 35 here. So the student marks will be changed from 30 to 35. Okay, so this is the result of this update. Okay, this is the result of this update. Okay, what it is doing? We are trying to update the marks of a student whose hall ticket number is 100 from 30 to 35. So previous value is 30, but now I want to change it to 35. Okay, so now it is updated, right? So in this way, the operations are going to be performed. Next, what about this read operation? What is the read? So read operation is nothing but retrieving. Okay, so select a column 1, column 2 from table name. So for example, if I return something like select a star from table name, select a star from table name. So select a star from table name means in our example, I want to read the entire data from the student table. I want to read the entire data from this table. So now, so this is nothing but update. Let me write here. This is update. Update. This is create. Create. And this is insert. Insert. Okay. Next, now I'm going to read or retrieve. Read or retrieve. read or retrieve. What is the command for read or retrieve? Simple command. The command is select. Select star from student. So now when I return this command, select star from student, then what it is going to do? It's going to retrieve the entire information from this table. It's going to retrieve the entire information from this table. When I return this, it's going to retrieve the entire information. So this entire information will be retrieved. Okay. So this is what read. Any doubts so far? We are talking about CRUID operations, and this is very important interview question. If you go for any interview, they are going to ask you, what do you mean by CRUID operations? CRUID, CRUID operations. Okay, because these operations will be there in any database. It is not only in Oracle, not only in MySQL, not only in SQL Server. It is common operation on any database server. Even in our day-to-day life also, we'll do this operation. We take any data. Okay, if we take any data, we are going to perform all these CRUID operations. Any doubt so far? We seen create, retrieve, update, insert, and one more operation is there in that is delete. D for delete. Okay, so delete is nothing but just I want to delete some. Okay, D for delete. Delete is nothing but deleting the data. Deleting the data from table. What is the syntax of this delete? Syntax is delete from table name, delete from table name where condition. Okay, example, in our student table, delete from student where hall ticket number is equals to 200. So now anyone tell me what this query is going to do. Delete from student where hall ticket number is equals to 200. What it is going to do? Please respond, everyone. Please respond. Record of 200 will be deleted. Yes, very good. So the entire record of that whose hall ticket number will be deleted. Deleted the second record to store in area. So it is nothing but what it is going to do. It's going to delete the student record whose hall ticket number is here. Record. Record means what? Record means entire row. Okay. So already I told you in my previous classes. Record means row. The other name for record is row. So here, what is the query I written? The query I written is here is delete from student where hall ticket number is equals to 200. So what it is going to do? It's going to delete this entire row, the second row, whose hall ticket number is 200. So this is nothing but a delete operation. Delete. So these all operations are known as CRUID operations. CRUID, CRUID operations. Okay. These operations are known as CRUID operations. So it's very important. Okay, these all are known as CRUID operations. Okay. So this is about CRUID operations on a simple table, like I considered the table as student table. So this is what all these operations are going to happen. Okay. So tomorrow we'll see practically how these CRUID operations are going to be happen and how we are going to connect to the database from Python program. All these things we'll see in tomorrow's class. Okay, if you have any doubts, please let me know in the chat box. If you don't have any doubts, I'll stop here.